Hello, my courageous Capricorns. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided twin flame soulmate reading as a mid-month check-in for May. Please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy you send to me, the more I can send back to you. So, wow, that Scorpio full moon was fucking intense. A lot of revelations have been occurring. Things have come to light. Secrets have been divulged. We're still feeling the reverberations of everything. Occult things have come to light. As well as, parts of ourself that are dying spiritually, the shamanic death that the Scorpio full moon teaches us. So I will let you know that during the cleansing ceremony, the high priestess came out to inspect the soul. Like, there's an energy of someone who just went dink and took a peek at the soul, and that was that. And I also felt some energy when I was cleansing the shadow deck about some discrepancy of how much money per hour thing was going on. And then also that something may not be about restarting, but rather rebranding. So whoever needs that, there you go. But let's see. For Capricorn, what are the themes? Whew. Coming out, iceberg, submerged. So, some other signs had a lot of icy energy, and I always take the iceberg as, solidified emotions, because water being solidified. So I feel like someone is very much submerged in their emotions, and they're very fixed, but they have been keeping them hidden. The iceberg really is like the, you don't see most of the iceberg. It's hidden under the water. So I feel like there are a lot of hidden emotions that have been coming to surface. What else? What else is a theme for Capricorn? We have tsunami, wake-up call. Yeah, there was a huge stir. There was a huge stir. And look, there we have the Scorpio full moon, where there was definitely a wake-up call in the waters, the water is where most of this iceberg is hiding, and there has been, that full moon was a wake-up call. What else? Especially because Capricorn, you already have Pluto retrograding through Capricorn right now. We have today Saturn, your ruling planet, goes retrograde. Today's May 10th when I'm doing this, 5/10/20. And Jupiter goes retrograde in 3 or 4 days in Capricorn. So we have a lot going on. You guys are really going to, have a lot of shakeups for you guys specifically. We also have the Venus retrograde in Gemini, which specifically targets soulmates, twin flames. But anyway, so yeah, you're going to be going through a lot, Capricorn. I feel you. I have a Capricorn Venus, so my heart's going through it. But anyway, so there very much is this wake-up call. And it's about things that have been hidden from you, things that were unclear, things that were veiled, things that are foggy. And I feel like, there has been this wake-up call. And here is, the sun coming out of the shadow, you know what I mean? Or even the moon casting its light upon this, where, things are becoming unveiled. Mountain strength. So I think it's very much about, the strength of maybe how you feel about this person, or your own strength of your ability to stay rooted, maybe when things are unclear. What else? Give us one more for Capricorn. Okay, so 2 more want to come out. Love and compassion and rain, purification. So there very much is having this compassion for when it comes to love. And I feel like there has been a situation that has really touched your heart, or some heart bond that you have where you're having a lot of compassion for the rain and allowing purification to happen through, the water, the rain, and things like that. There's a lot of water energy. We have the iceberg that's submerged, the wake-up call, the fact that you are finding your strength, and for you to find compassion and allow some sort of purification, of this love. And how, I picked up on the energy of, maybe it's not about restarting, it's about rebranding. And I feel like that might be part of this purification process in terms of love, by having compassion. All right, let's see about what is submerged. What's going on with this iceberg, yo? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? If they want to come back out, no, we have to take it because it's the Two of Wands. Damn. I was going to say this feels stuck because they wanted to come out like this. So it is kind of some stuck energy. So with the Ace of Pentacles, it's very much based on directionality. Like this is, even though it's the Ace and typically, you know, you're supposed to be alone, but these are people from two different worlds. And I feel like that's just how it is. Like you guys are stuck in this, but you are just, you know, unable to physically connect, maybe because of, you know, travel restrictions and things that are going on, but it very much is both of you kind of being physically in a different world, maybe on the other side of the world, different hemispheres or something like that, but very much Two of Wands, so there is some twin flame energy, and with the Three of Swords. So I think that there could have been some sort of hidden energy that you might have been submerged in, that that you may have realized that there was a third party involved here when it comes to the communication. But it is the Two of Wands, so it is twin flame energy, and this Two of Wands specifically is like the doppelganger, the evil twin. So it could be, you know, that you guys are mirroring each other. It could be, you know, an evil twin type situation, where, you know, I mean, that's, you know, if one of you is doing wrong, both of you are doing something wrong. You know what I mean? That's the twin flame journey. But the Two of Wands, there could be someone who is kind of stuck in this thinking, maybe that they're, you know, that it's like an evil twin type situation. But also with the Three of Swords, this is very much a conversation that hurts, you know, the heart, the throat, and the mind. So I feel like maybe there could have been some sort of third party getting involved here to stop some sort of communication. Interesting. Let's take a closer look. What's the light aspect of this? So Milk Take using Hammer In and Score Bunny using Flare. So yeah, how I said that there's a third party involved, like this is coming out saying yes, like there is a third party involved. And I've gotten it in some other readings for you guys because you know that there was like that spell that was cast a couple months ago and shit like that. But it could be like a redheaded woman. I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I do. Yeah, Score Bunny. Okay, so I think so. Or it might be a fire type, you know, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. But, you know, with Milk Tank using Hammer In, this card always pops up. It's a holographic to say, like, hammer in that last message of what you just said. And it was that there's a third party involved here. It could be some sort of magic that is here that could have, you know, messed with the heart chakra or the communication or the psychic communication that you have with your twin flame that might have made it evil for a while. But that is definitely something that needs to be hammered in. It says, if it's around babies, the milk that it produces contains much more nutrition than usual. So this could be some sort of family situation. It does talk about babies, or maybe someone who like has recently had a baby or something like that. But Milk Tank definitely is like feminine Pokemon. It could also be a Taurus. But there, you know, definitely is some energy about, you know, there's someone in your physical environment, because it talks about if it's around it, then the milk it produces contains much more nutrition than usual. So it very much is based on like some sort of, you know, physical response that you are having when it comes to, you know, the people that you surround yourself with. I think that there has very much been a biological response that has, you know, happened. And Score Bunny using Flare. So this very much is, you know, the flame, the twin flame, like it has been flared up again. And I think that you have had a physical response. And I think that there's a lot that has been hidden inside of you that is coming out. And it says, a warm-up of running around gets the fire energy coursing through the Pokemon's body. Once that happens, it's ready to fight at full power. So I do feel like this is a twin flame situation where, you know how it is with twin flames. Like, you come back in contact with them and, like, there's just this resurgence of this, like, whew, this energy that's been submerged that is just like, whoop, wake-up call. Now it's on the surface. Like, oof. Woof, I feel you. All right, what's the shadow here? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so this wanted to all fall down. Yeah, well, I feel like if you're dealing with a Scorpio, definitely. Like, wow, look at all of this. It's so much. It's so much. I'm going to have to put it away. Sorry, Capricorn. Feel free to book a private reading if you wish. But, wow. That was a lot. But I feel like there was someone, you know, we had the trainer card the trainer red card or red flag come out. So like, you know, the red card you get at a sporting event when you're kicked the fuck out of there. It's not like go sit on the bench. It's like you're ejected from the building. So I feel like someone had said something to someone that was just like a complete red card. What's the shadow here? I also saw, you know, because most signs are getting this, so I'm just gonna say, well, it might like pop up, but if you have any sort of artifacts or something that is associated with your soulmate twin flame that you think might have tainted energy, get rid of it. Like, so many signs have gotten that message. All right, what's the shadow here? What is the shadow here? Entei using burning roar. So there is some heavy hella flame that wants to come out, that has been submerged. Like, there has been so much emotions inside of you, and I feel like the flare has just begun, but there is a burning roar that wants to flame all of this ice to make it water. You know what I mean? That's like, that's the wake up call. Is like, there's a lot of emotions that, you know, are being thawed out right now, is what I'm hearing. And it says, it is said that when it roars, a volcano erupts somewhere around the globe. Yeah, so, you know, Scorpio, I think, had the volcano. I think Taurus and Gemini might have as well. Or maybe it was Cancer. Actually, I don't remember who it was. But anyway, so yeah, a couple signs did. I suggest your sun, moon, and rising, maybe Venus as well. But, you know, like a volcano erupts somewhere around the globe. So I feel like this might have been a long distance sort of relationship. Or maybe someone that you haven't been able to physically see because, of course, you know, a lot of people's travel is restricted, but there is something that has just begun inside of you. Let's talk about this wake-up call. Whoa! It's a lot. So we have the Three of Pentacles coming out stuck, Temperance, and the Queen of Swords. Like, there's so much that wants to come out for you. I'm going to make them be more specific, but I will tell you, there's a third party situation that's going on here. Like, we had the Three of Pentacles coming up. Like, there's someone's doing some work on something, but there is someone else involved. It could be an air sign. So we have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like someone is ready to emotionally move forward. And it's very much this sort of wake-up call of like, whoa, emotionally, I am just like whoosh, like thrown into it. But the Eight of Pentacles in reverse is like not ready to physically move forward, is what I'm hearing. But very much this eight, you know, this perfection of the union between both of you. Someone is like coming towards you in the 3D but not the 5D sort of energy. So they might be coming to you in dreams, astral projection, shit like that, but like they have had some sort of wake-up call and it's about their emotions. What's the light energy? And I feel like how that relates, the physical relates to the emotional. And it's the trainer Pokemon Center lady, which is, let's be real, Nurse Joy, and Furret using Buried Treasure Hunt. So I feel like there's somebody else. Trainer cards always indicate somebody else that is like a healer type, that is very maybe mothering or nurturing, but someone has like, you know, started to heal something, might have triggered this wake-up call in you that has caused you to go sort of down the rabbit hole into, you know, on a buried treasure hunt of finding some things deeper about yourself. It says, the mother puts its offspring to sleep by curling up around them. It corners foes with speed. So This does talk about a mother figure, and we did have a third party situation earlier. And it does talk about offspring as well, which of course is Taurus season, so it's like, where are you planting your seeds, sort of shit, you know what I mean? But it does talk about, the mother being very close to the offspring, and, it corners foes with speed. So it could be about maybe a mother relationship. Today is Mother's Day, so, mommy stuff is bound to come up. But it might be, a wake up call about the relationship with the mother, perhaps, or about the mother through this. What's the shadow energy here? Okay. Bunnery using Bounce, Semi-Sage using Torment, and Salandit using Smog in reverse. Yeah, so I feel like you are ready to bounce out of some sort of situation. And I think, like, semi-sage, I always take as sage, like when you sage something to get rid of some sort of heart chakra sort of thing. And it very much is based on this torment, of the heart chakra. So I think that you have left someone or something that it has been tormenting your heart chakra, and it's the smog in reverse. Like, the fog has been lifted, you are realizing your strength and things like that. And like, like the with smog in reverse, like, you're getting rid of that, and you no longer want to have this torment on your heart anymore. It says it attacks enemies with strikes of its thorn covered tail. This Pokemon is wild tempered. So, I feel like oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like there's something that wants to get out of you. And it talks about, the thorn covered tail. So this could be very much things that have happened in the past that you feel like you need to bring up. Because the tail I always associate with the past. And it says that it's wild tempered. So it definitely could be, dealing with your temper. And here it says the ears are always rolled up. They can forcefully extend to shatter even a large boulder. So I feel like this is someone who doesn't listen to you, is what I'm getting. They just don't listen. And did I read this one? The venom sacs produce a fluid. The venom sacs produce a fluid that this Pokemon then heats up with the flame in its tail. This process creates Salandit's poisonous gas. So I feel like someone has been saying a bunch of, like, really negative things about, maybe your soulmate twin flame, and you are just like, I am done with this poison. You are tormenting my heart. Like, I know what my heart wants, not what you think. And, like, I'm bouncing out because you're not hearing me. All right, tell us more about what was veiled and the strength and all that stuff. So it wants to come towards this sort of flame energy. The Ace of Wands, yeah, that there is passion, there is heart, there is intensity, there is love, there is lust. Like, the Ace of Wands, you are following your heart, is what I'm hearing, towards this burning roar. And you are realizing exactly how strong this is. Whew, what's the light aspect? Execute using RAM. So, execute you can take as, like, an actual execution. You know what I mean? Like, there is some aspect of something ending, and what's ending is that, how the way that someone has been feeling, whether it's you or the other person, of following their heart. Like, there has been something that has veiled them from doing that, but they are recognizing exactly how strong that is. And, with the RAM, it's really hitting them, or hitting you. And it's about the heart chakra. But, with the execute of something ending, it very much is this energy of, how things end. The Scorpio full moon, of how things don't die in the physical realm, they die in the spiritual realm. Like, spiritually, it's time to move forward. It doesn't mean that physically it has to be that way. But very much, you know, that kind of cycle. And Ram, you know, could be dealing with an Aries, but this is very much about moving forward of something, you know, that just kind of like, just like charging forward, ramming forward. It says, even though it appears to be eggs of some sort, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. Yeah, so again, you know, we have this energy of, you know, mom, and then, you know, babies over here, and then the seeds. And I was talking about that Taurus season energy of like, where do you plant your seeds? That's very much the energy, you know, that wants to be had during Taurus season. And I think that that very much has been unveiled to you, is the strength of how much that you want to do that. All right, what is the shadow here? This wants to come out stuck, fighting it. So you're fighting this energy. You know, this is fighting type. So there is this aspect of putting up a fight. So, you know, the shadow aspect is fighting against this heart. The light aspect is, you know, the cycle of things being cut off, of you know, where the seeds are gonna go, sort of shit. Whew. All right, let's take a look at this love and compassion and purification rain. What's going on over here? That was quick. The Knight of Cups. So this is a very fanciful type water energy. This knight is the only good knight of the entire deck. The other knights are, you know, not very true to their maidens, we'll put it that way. But this knight, he goes on a journey to the underworld so that he can be reunited with the love of his life. So I think that there's very much this energy of having compassion when it comes to love, of really understanding the heart and touching the heart and allowing things to be purified with the rain, so that, you know, there can be this this spiritual rescue is what I'm hearing. All right, what is the light aspect here? Woo! The spiritual rescue, man. My eyes like would water. They could water. What is the Knight of Cups? Tell us more about the light aspect of this. So Phoebus using surprise attack, and Dunsparce using ram. Again, we have this ram of moving forward. So things are moving forward and they are in the light. So I feel like you either know that this person is moving towards you, or you are, you know, moving towards them. But Phoebus using surprise attack, I feel like they're, you know, this is a water type, so there might have been some sort of wake-up call, and it very much has, you know, you're trying to purify your love and compassion, but this was kind of a surprise to you of like, whoa, like look at his eyes, he's like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It says it eats anything, so it can even, oh yeah, okay, blah, blah. It eats anything, so it can even live in polluted streams and lakes. No one pays any attention to it. So I feel like this might have been someone that you haven't really been paying attention to for a long time, and then, you know, all of a sudden here they are to rescue you, or maybe you're going back to them or something like that. But very much this is a surprise, and you're kind of like in shock about this. And you know, it might be in the past, like, you know, it eats anything, so it can live in polluted streams and lakes, and you might have come to the realization, or they have, you know, here we have the rain purification, that like both of you have been stuck in these toxic emotions, you know, and now the rain is coming to purify it for the heart bond, to have compassion. And Dunsparce using ram, again, like it is you know, ramming forward. That's very clear. It says it digs into the ground with its tail and makes a maze-like nest. It can fly just a little. And we do have that call for family in reverse. So like there could be some family issues that this person or you have to deal with, because it talks about it digs in the ground with a tail in a maze-like nest, and it can fly just a little. So I feel like there is some sort of, you know, digging that has been involved here, where, you know, like someone's in pretty deep about something and they can only fly just a little. So Also, you know, there is that aspect of travel bans and things like that where, you know, if this unition wants to come, which I love to see this Knight of Cups, he's the only, you know, he's the only knight that's true to his lover. As I said, like, this story is a beautiful story between you know, these two characters, and they might be restricted from flying is what I'm hearing. What's the shadow? What's the shadow aspect here? Whoa. Sudowoodo using watch and learn. So there is something about fighting against this that you very much have seen. Like, you've watched it and you've learned it, of how, you know, of like the different effects that it has. It says it disguises itself as a tree to avoid attack. It hates water, so will disappear if it starts raining. So I feel like there has been a cycle in the past, very much this fighting energy that you are, you know, still going through in the shadow, which is like that, you know, that it hates water, you know, this surprise attack of all this emotions, like, ugh, I can't stand these emotions, and it very much, you know, causes you know, withdraw. It talks about it disappearing when it starts raining, and here we have the rain, the purification. So I think that someone has kind of disappeared here for a while, and then we have these wanting to come out stuck. Yeah, there, like I said, this card has been coming out for almost all of the signs, and this is Honehenge using Lucky Find and Pierce. So I don't know if you recently have found some object that you think is a lucky find or something like that, but it has something attached to it and needs to go away. Also, you know, like the Clefairy, something that you've gotten from a one-on-one partnership from someone that has some dark energy attached to it, needs to go. It says, apparently this Pokemon is born when a departed spirit inhabits a sword. It attached itself to people and drinks their life force. So there definitely could be something that is drinking your life force that is, you know, a cursed item for whatever reason, because it has tainted energy that is shared between you and your soulmate twin flame. And look, we have the full moon coming out again with Clefairy using Moonlight and Pound. So this is definitely some dark, like, hurt type that is associated with this object. And it says, it is said that happiness will come to those who see a gathering of Clefairy dancing under the full moon. So, you know, we do have that, you know, that I feel like it needs to be cleansed at least. Maybe you don't have to get rid of it forever, but like, it needs to be cleansed by full moon cycle. You know, like, I'm hearing like bury it. Ooh. Interesting way to end this, but I think that like, I love this spread, Capricorn. I love it. All right, so let's see what Capricorn needs to hear about love. But that was an interesting way to end on it. It was like a little extra message for you. Love has no limits and has no regrets. So again, that is something that is pretty hard to accept about when it comes to this type of love, that it really has no limits, and especially because of twin flame, like, you can't comprehend it. It's just really something else. And, you know, there are no regrets. So anything that has happened in the past, it very much is, you know, that you can't have any sort of regrets about this sort of situation. Everything is divinely timed. What else does Capricorn need to hear about love? What else? And I feel like that's the part of compassion that needs to happen. And I feel like you need to have some compassion with yourself, is what I'm hearing, because that is part of how to purify this, is to have compassion for your own heart. And when you have compassion for your own heart, they have compassion for you. That's how this works. Love does not have limits. So each of us is an angel with only one wing. We can only fly by embracing one another. So there is that aspect of these sorts of relationships where it's like, you know, you are not complete and you can't fully soar without the strength of each other, you know, and when you unite, that is when you can start to soar. All right, what is, oh, yeah, sorrow. So there is some sorrow that has happened. There is sadness here. I feel that, but you need to find compassion for your soulmate twin flame or for yourself in this situation, and really, get rid of that sorrowful energy. Healing sounds, yes. So, I feel like this is very much healing sounds in terms of, how you communicate with each other, but also being very sensitive to music. So make sure you are listening to music that is healing to you, that is putting you in the right mindset. There's also an aspect of, listening to the earth. This is, grounding yourself to the earth and hearing what nature has to say to you. So I definitely feel like that is something important for you to be healing as well. So, all right, Capricorn, I hope that you got what you needed. As I said, please like, comment, subscribe. The more energy you send to me, the more I can send back to you. I hope that you got what you needed, and I hope to see you again for the next reading. If you'd like to book a private reading, please feel free to email me at sachithescorpio@gmail.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Sachi the Scorpio. So I hope to see you again for next reading. Bye bye, Capricorn. I love you. Mwah.